Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have 4 serious presidential candidates in 2027. William Ruto will be on the ballot defending his seat. Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua will be on the ballot in 2027 as a presidential candidate. Kalonzo Musyoka must be on the ballot to survive politically speaking. And Raila Odinga will also be on the ballot in 2027. And because we are going to have 4 serious presidential candidates in 2027, none of them will be able to meet the 50% plus 1 vote threshold. And that can explain why William Ruto is very angry and very bitter with the moves being initiated by Rigathi Gachagua. And just like I've been explaining to you on this platform, William Ruto will never forgive Rigathi Gachagua. And William Ruto has already developed a strategy of dealing with Rigathi Gachagua. And for those who've been following the politics, especially the fallout between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, it is clear that William Ruto is now out to teach Rigathi Gachagua some political lessons. Over the weekend, we witnessed how Rigathi Gachagua was under attacks from various leaders within Kenya Kwanza. Yesterday, those attacks were well coordinated in Parliament. I want you guys to listen to the Member of Parliament for Nyeri Town attacking Rigathi Gachagua. Pay very close attention to what he is trying to say.
No, the member for Nyeri, I think, had me mentioning how much they have suffered. Honorable Speaker, maybe I would allow him 1 minute to inform me.
He wanted to inform you. Do you want information?
I would oblige him to inform me.
1 minute, Madenge.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I speak on behalf of the 6 elected members of Parliament in Nyeri County. And this also includes both the Senator and the Women Rep. We have really suffered intimidation and blackmail. And it is imperative that as elected leaders, we be allowed the space to execute the mandate that the ordinary people in Nyeri gave us when they voted for us. It is not possible that the people of Nyeri voted for us so that we can follow an individual when that individual goes dancing, drinking Moratina, and eating Nyamachoma. It is not possible. And it's not even in Nyeri. It is in the dancing is happening in Honorable Kejori's constituency.
Then Didmas Baraza also came in. Didmas Baraza decided now to focus on Rigathi Gachagua's main ally, the Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga. What he's doing is literally to intimidate and threaten Mutahi Kahiga.
Said. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at our constitution, anybody who engages in utterances that are against national values, that are against the national interests, anybody who makes utterances that appear to divide this country along how people voted, the tribal lines, those are grounds for impeachment, Honorable Speaker. I want to make it clear here, Honorable Speaker, that the utterances by the governor of Nyeri on what he said is clearly true, that that man is not fit to hold office, and I want to call upon EACC to begin the process of removing him from office.
The other attack came from none other than Kimani Ichung'wah.
In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, let me speak to many people, Honorable Speaker, because I saw a very unfortunate post yesterday on social media by those bloggers who work in those big offices, Honorable Speaker, anticipating the demise or the occurrence of a vacancy in the office of the president. Honorable Speaker, there are things people may do casually and post online. And I remember, Honorable Speaker, when my predecessor, the Honorable Charles Jonjo, was Attorney General and Minister for Constitutional Affairs, he made it treasonable to even imagine the death of a president. We are not in that age, Honorable Speaker. But it's unfortunate that bloggers who work for senior, or rather for senior officers of this government, can post write-ups on social media, either wishing, anticipating, or praying for the occasioning of a vacancy in the office of the president, and purporting that the deputy president is only an inch away from the presidency should anything happen to the president. Honorable Speaker, these are things we may take lightly. Just as we may take lightly the talk that you referred to by the governor for Nyeri, or indeed the talk about people going to their villages. And I want to agree with Honorable Soro.
And I was surprised, really, to see Azimio leaders also attacking Rigathi Gachagua. Just like we advise Raila Odinga to keep off the fight, I would also want to advise Azimio leaders to keep off Kenya Kwanza fight. Let Kenya Kwanza fight their own wars.
Mr. Speaker, in as much as this is music to my ear, but we are slowly digressing from the business of the House. I have heard names being made here. And Mr. Speaker, you are the biggest advocate of protection, that persons must not be named here adversely without a substantive motion. That side has a majority, supermajority, so they say. There is nothing that stops them from dragging that Gachagua here so that they can impeach him. They can impeach him so easily by bringing him here and vote against him. So why should we divert from business of this House and enter into some charade and hypocrisy and politics instead of doing business which is before us? We know what you people are saying. We know the politics you are doing. But we also have our politics. We don't want to turn this place into a political arena. We know that this matter has been choreographed. Who doesn't know that?
Mr. Speaker, why are we discussing this matter here? The only place that can hold the presidency accountable is Parliament, Mr. Speaker. They are held accountable here, constitutionally. You know, Mr. Speaker, you can hold somebody accountable in the sense that if it is your responsibility to dismiss him from the job he has, then you are the only one who can hold him accountable. It is a clear provision in the Constitution that this is the House that can remove anybody who occupies those offices.
So in this video, I want to explain to you guys why William Ruto has assigned members of parliament to deal with Rigathi Gachagua both in parliament and outside parliament. As a matter of fact, even cabinet secretaries are attacking Rigathi Gachagua.
How I wish we just focus all our efforts. Yeah, how we just focus all our efforts in taking this country forward and moving the country forward. Because, Sasa, can I ask you a question? Even if I unite Mount Kenya people, nitawapeleka wapi? Then what? Then what after that? Okay. Yeah? If they have no food, then what? If they have no school fees, if they have no what, then what? You know, it depends me. Because even the Bible says condemned is a person who misleads the people of God. That's what some people are doing now.
Is the deputy president misleading the people of Kenya?
The people of Kenya.
Is he a divisive figure in your view?
He is a divisive figure. He is a divisive figure. He is going to, even for my people, he's going to lead to their isolation. Most important thing, he is wasting the space that we need, the mental, the emotional space that we need to focus on nation building, that we need to focus on ensuring that we create jobs and we develop every part of this country. By the way, I was with a guy called Kagiri over the weekend. Kagiri is an MCA in Samburu. Kikuyu man. What am I telling him? What am I telling him? What do you want me to tell Kagiri? That unite what? Where is Samburu in that discussion? What will Kagiri say to the people of Mara, to those Samburus, when he goes back home and tell them,
so in this video, I want us to figure out why William Ruto has unleashed the members of parliament to attack Rigathi Gachagua. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Let me ask you this question. What is your honest opinion about the fallout between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua? Because I saw Babu Owino claiming that Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto are not fighting.
And I want to state clearly that there is no fight here. These are games, these are gimmicks. And I want Kenyans to remember this day that these people are going to work together. You know, these people have lost favor in the eyes of wananchi everywhere in this country. To be specific, in Central Region, where they promised heaven but delivered the Mount Kenya region, the people of the Mount Kenya region, to hell. And right now, people are hurting in Mount Kenya, and therefore the only way to bring Mount Kenya together is to bring the sympathy strategy. It's called the sympathy strategy, where the president purports to be fighting his deputy intentionally, and they've agreed for that matter, so that the people from Mount Kenya can rally behind Rigathi and say that one of our own is being fought, and they all rally behind him because they had all lost favor in both Rigathi and Ruto. And therefore after that, after some time in the future, all people from Mount Kenya shall have rallied behind Rigathi, and Rigathi will still deliver them to Ruto, purporting that they have made up and that there is peace that has been brokered. And therefore there is no fight here. There is no fight here. These people are pretending so that they can get the people of Mount Kenya. I want to tell the Kikuyus, as Babu Owino, I'm your son-in-law, be careful with these two musketeers. These people are lying to you, and I can tell you they are going to work again in future. This war that is being purportedly fought now is to rally you behind one person so that you are delivered later on back to the person who has the knife, who is ready to chop off your heads. These people have no good intentions to help you, but to destroy you. Join us, join this side, and let us deal with these people.
I want to disagree with Babu Owino on that. The truth of the matter is that these gentlemen have fallen out. And the fallout is not necessarily on politics. These guys have also fallen out over deals. Those who have information will tell you that Rigathi Gachagua wanted to be William Ruto of 2013 and 2027, when Uhuru Kenyatta allowed Ruto to just do everything. Manage business, manage tenders, manage politics, just freely. Ruto has said no, and Rigathi Gachagua is not taking it. So the truth is, there's a fallout. These guys are not going to be reconciled. When Ruto wanted Rigathi Gachagua to be his running mate, he never engaged in this kind of shenanigans. When Uhuru wanted Ruto to be the running mate, they just worked closely. So the truth is, there's a fallout. But why would William Ruto unleash his team on Rigathi Gachagua? Number one, intimidation. The attacks which were in parliament, for me, were unfortunate because, you know, there are serious issues in the Republic of Kenya currently. One of them is the finance bill. And, for example, the Nyeri governor just gave his opinion on the finance bill. I don't understand why he was attacked over that. In fact, if you are a Kenyan and you are watching this video and you have a mobile number of any member of parliament, please send him a message. Just tell him I'm so and so from which constituency, this area, and I want you as my member of parliament to vote no, because we are trying to mobilize Kenyans to ensure that that finance bill will not pass. Because if that finance bill will pass, as a country, we are going to be doomed. So any slight opportunity, write them messages. Twitter, we are already doing that. So they want to intimidate Rigathi Gachagua and the allies. I don't know whether intimidation will work. But if you watched how they came very hard on the Nyeri governor, if you don't have a thick skin, you'll be intimidated. So that is one of the things which they intend to do by attacking Rigathi Gachagua and the allies. Number two, there is this debate on the finance bill, which is supposed to take place in Parliament. So public participation took place, and we witnessed everybody who went before the Finance Committee of Parliament said no to that finance bill. I listened to Kimani Ichung'wah. It's like they want to bring that finance bill to Parliament and they'll pass it. William Ruto has already instructed them to pass it. And because they want to pass it, they don't want Kenyans to discuss it. Rigathi Gachagua has managed to do two things in the mountain, which for me is significant. The first thing he has managed to do is to grab the 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling campaign. So that is now the face of that campaign. It's very popular on the ground. The second thing Rigathi Gachagua has done strategically is to incite the mountain against that finance bill. His allies are talking loudly against it. And that's why Rigathi Gachagua is under attack in Parliament. These guys don't want the finance bill to be discussed outside Parliament. I don't know why they don't want that. So the truth is, it's part of their strategy not to allow the finance bill to be discussed. Number three, those attacks are also a clear warning from William Ruto to Kenya Kwanza members of Parliament not to associate with Rigathi Gachagua. I'm saying this because if you can see majority leader attacking Rigathi Gachagua, you can see cabinet secretary attacking Rigathi Gachagua, you can see majority whip attacking Rigathi Gachagua, members of Parliament, all of them attacking Rigathi Gachagua, to some extent even the president attacking Rigathi Gachagua, then as a member of Parliament who would want to join Rigathi Gachagua, would you do that? You won't. So that's another thing which they are doing. And lastly, there's also sustained campaign to paint Rigathi Gachagua as a bad leader. For me, I don't have any time for Rigathi Gachagua. It's a burden for the West, for the mountain. That's their own problem. Let them deal with it. But the truth is, someone somewhere is out to paint Rigathi Gachagua as a bad leader. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.